Well, hi there, guys. John here with an installment of my video blog. And I wanted to, even though I am on vacation right now, I keep hearing about this whole Oscars so white thing about people talking about boycotting the Oscars because none of the lead actors or supporting actresses this year are all white. There are no African American nominees this year. And I keep hearing about it and it keeps coming up. And we addressed it briefly, I guess, on Movie Talk a week or so ago, but I wanted to bring it up here and talk about why the Oscar so white outrage is actually complete bullshit. Pardon my language, but it's absolute total bullshit. Now, the basis for this comes from a bunch of fabricated outrage. And don't we love outrage? Human beings love to be outraged. I don't know what it is about us human beings, and I'm including myself in this as well, by the way. Something about us as human beings, we completely love the self-righteous feeling we get by being outraged at something. I don't know. Maybe we feel like we're accomplishing something. I don't know. You do it. I do it. We all pretty much do it. Now, and there are many things that happen in our world, and even just in something as minute as the entertainment industry, that are worthy of our outrage, that we should be upset about and should be discussing. But then there are certain things that are just either misguided, misplaced, or simply missing the point. And this whole Oscar so white thing is one of those misguided, misplaced, and ultimately completely missing the point type of an issue. Now, so all the nominees come out for Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor, and none of them are white. And out comes all this outrage. Grrr! One of them being led by Jada Pinkett Smith, who is, let's be honest, is just butthurt that her husband wasn't nominated. So there's a little bit of bias there. Anyway, but what I found interesting was, if you look at like the second most legit awards program of the year, to me, that's the Critics' Choice Awards. That's the second most legit other than the Oscars. But you know what? For Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor categories at the Broadcast Film Critics Association, the Critics' Choice Awards, there were also no black actors. Actually, when you look at the Los Angeles Film Critics Awards or the New York Film Critics Awards or a whole lot of awards, there were also no black actors. When you look at the SAG Awards, the Screen Actors Guild, out of Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Best Supporting Actor, there was one nominee, and that was the great Idris Elba for Beasts of No Nation, a Netflix movie, which, his inclusion on that is he was really good in the movie, but, there were a lot of good supporting actors this year who you could make an argument, like, they didn't nominate Tom Hardy. Personally, I thought Tom Hardy was a little bit better in The Revenant than Idris Elba was in Beasts of No Nation, but that's subjective and whatever. So you get all these film critic societies, all these awards, bodies that come out, and the SAG gives one to Idris Elba. So now you have to ask the question: is everybody everywhere involved in the film industry racist and just trying to shut out black performers, or is it just the case that this year the 5 best leading performances happen to be done by white guys, the best 5 leading actress performances happen to not be done by African American actresses. The 5 best supporting actor and the 5 best supporting actresses just this year, none of them were African American actors. It's not that, that's not kind of making any point. It's just that if you look at it this year, the Oscars are supposed to be awarded on merit. And so who were the 5 best actors? Who were the 5 best actresses? And this year it was this. Now, let's look at it honestly. This isn't like the 2006 or 2007 Oscars. I'm forgetting which. It was one of those 2 years. But it was the year that, Forrest Whitaker won Best Actor for Beasts of No Nation. It was the same year that Will Smith was nominated for Pursuit of Happiness. It was the same year that Eddie Murphy was nominated for Dreamgirls. It was the same year that Jennifer Lawrence was nominated for Dreamgirls. It was the same year that the great Djimon Hounsou, who I think is a super underrated actor, by the way, was nominated for Blood Diamond. But you see, that was a year in which there were great Oscar-worthy roles in Oscar-worthy movies that were either written for or given to black actors. And herein lies the real issue. The real issue here, and this is why I said this is misguided, misplaced, and missing the point, is that the point here is, and what is true in this outrage, is that there aren't enough today great roles being written for originally or just given to black actors, Or great films, if you want to talk about directing, great films being put in the hands of some great black directors. We see a few. But that is the issue. See, there's an issue here. There is a racial issue here. Absolutely. I'm on your side with that. I will completely argue for that. There is a racial issue. However, we're missing the points and misplacing the outrage. The outrage shouldn't go to the Oscars. The Oscars are just looking at it and say, who are the 5 best actors? Who are the 5 best actresses? Who are the 5 best performers? This year, all of those roles got given to white performers. So there's an issue, but the issue is not the Oscars. And for all these people saying, oh, the Oscars, oh, blah, 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 you're doing it wrong. Okay, where was all that outrage? Where was all that fake outrage when the Broadcast Film Critics Association or the Critics' Choice Awards didn't nominate anybody? Where was all that fake outrage when all these critic groups gave it and there weren't given to black actors? Where was all that fake outrage when only Idris Elba at the SAG Awards got nominated? Where was all that fake outrage then? But no, you want to wait till it's the Oscars, and the Oscars just following what everybody else, every other critic organization, every other awards organization have followed so far this year, because that's the way the year was. And so we want to get our back up and express all this outrage. And look, like I said before, and I said this on Movie Talk, there is an issue. But the issue isn't the Oscars. The issue is that great roles are not enough great roles are either being written for or being awarded to great black actors that we have working today. That's the issue. And on that issue, we can have a discussion. And that's outside of the purview of this particular video, because in this particular video, I'm only want to address the Oscars So White campaign. So there's an issue, but the problem is being taken by these people with a bunch of fake outrage, some of which have an agenda, Jada Pinkett Smith, because she wanted her husband to be nominated, and put that on the Oscars instead of actually addressing the real issue, which is a bigger and harder issue. But they don't want to address bigger and harder issues. They just want to point a finger and say, oh, the Oscars, they're the problem. They're not the problem. They're clearly not the problem. So anyway, that's just my little thing on why I believe this whole Oscars So White thing is complete and utter bullshit, being spearheaded by people who are misguided, misplaced, and completely missing the point. Anyway, so that's just my thought on it. Love to hear your thoughts as well in the comment section below, and thanks for joining me. I'm John Campea.